In the Cajun Prairie, where the tall grasses grow, there is a legend that all the children know. Across the bayou and the swamps in every Acadian home, one night each year the old lady will groan. It started long ago, or so our fathers tell. One young maiden and one evil spell. Come closer now as I tell you his tale. For it happens every New Year's Eve without fail. Papa Ian had a daughter who he loved so dear. He told for her suitors to come from far and near. She was generous, her beauty known across the lands. Mademoiselle Doigts, she was called for her lovely long fingers and hands. Young men stood in line like rows of sugarcane. For acres and acres they chanted her name. Each young suitor with stars in his eyes hoped Mademoiselle would be his heart's prize. They stood in line for hours, her hand they wanted to tease, but across Arcadia something was amiss. Like the winds across the prairie, the news took flight. Young jealous girls gathered in the town that night. They planned a fete dodo, a party, but the story gets worse. They concocted a dreidree, a spell, a curse. Mademoiselle Grandois, more radiant than all, danced with every suitor who came to the ball. Her stockings were silk, her dress was lace, her feet in beaded shoes glided the floor with grace. To accordons and fiddles she danced every tune, she smiled and laughed, making young suitors swoon. At the end of the night, when the party was through, Papa Ian and Mademoiselle bid their host adieu. Back at home, her innermost filled bed, she fell into deep sleep as she lay down her head. In the morning, as the sun began to rise, Mademoiselle Grandois opened her eyes. Her lovely long fingers were covered in warts, and her hands were ugly and knobbly in parts. Her skin was scaly like a crawfish sack, and she had bumps on her face and a hump on her back. Her nose was like a beak of a crane, and her hair looked like moss from her bed after rain. She ran to the attic, never to be seen again, and to this day that is where she had been. She never got married or had children like she dreamed. The dreary worked just as the jealous girls had schemed. The justice is swift, if nothing at all. The jealous girls turned green right after the ball. Into the swamps they fled, such a wolfish, horrid sight, and if you listen closely, you'll hear them howl at night. Now I tell it to you as you was told to me. Mademoiselle Grandois still loves children, you see. On the anniversary of that dance, Papa Ian made ready to honor his daughter with New Year's Eve party. Like the stockings and shoes she wore to the ball, if you put yours out that night, she will fill them all. With oranges, tears, and sweets to delight, Mademoiselle Grandois blesses all good children each year on that one and only night.